Hello, American Patriots. I want to share with you some information that if you don't know this, well, you need to pay attention to what's happening and what's being said by our members of Congress. You see, we currently have at least 2 members of Congress that support and sympathize with terrorists. That's correct. Hamas terrorists. Now, before I dig deep into explaining that, let me explain this. Regardless of what you think of Palestine, or Israel, or the conflicts that have been going on over there for many, many years, you need to understand who Hamas is. Hamas is a terrorist organization that is funded by a terrorist supporting state, i.e. country, which is Iran. Iran supplies Hamas with the rockets, bullets, missiles, everything they need to attack innocent women and children. In this case, to attack Israel. Iran is on record stating that when the day comes that they have the capability of delivering a nuclear weapon via a intercontinental ballistic missile, that they plan to wipe Israel off the face of the earth. That is what they've said. That is what they want to do. They want to wipe Israel off the face of the earth and America. They've not hidden their thoughts on this process in any way, shape, or form. They made it very clear where they stand. So, why would anyone support Hamas? So now let's talk about Palestine. They have allowed Hamas to operate inside their borders for years, and they've done nothing whatsoever to stop them. They are allowing a terrorist organization to attack men, women, and children and kidnap Israelis and now American citizens, because in this latest attack on Israel, they did just that. There's at least 100 Americans that have died in this latest conflict. And we don't know how many Americans they have captured. They're threatening to kill live and video it, everyone that they've captured if Israel retaliates. Well, Israel has no choice but to retaliate. All that being said, Congresswoman Rashid Tlaib and Congresswoman Ilhan Omar are very outspoken about their support for Palestine and their anti-bigotry towards Israel. They make no bones about it. I've been talking about these 2 women on my show for quite some time now, the Douglas Ducote Show, about how Ilhan Omar has referred to American troops, American veterans, as terrorists, and how, in her mind, the real terrorist that took place during the Black Hawk Down series. Remember the movie Black Hawk Down? Yeah, she believes that the American forces that were involved were the real terrorists. These are sitting members of the United States Congress that are showing their support right now for an active terrorist organization. Now, I understand they don't want the people of Palestine to be injured. Neither do we. Neither do I. Nobody wants to see innocent lives get lost. Whether it's Israelis or whether it's those in Palestine. But Israel didn't start this. Israel didn't start launching a bunch of rockets and missiles over into their territory, killing their men, women, and children. Hamas did that from Palestine, and they've been given a free pass to continue to do it. So when that happens, guess what? Call it the fog of war or whatever you want. All bets are off. They don't need to be doing what they're doing, but they are. And look, don't just take my word for it. Go to Twitter or X, formerly known as Twitter, and look at their tweets about what's happening right now. And you'll see for yourself that they support this terrorist organization. And I'll leave you with this. There's one other group right here in America that also supports this terrorist organization. And that's BLM, aka Black Lives Matter. I posted it on Twitter. I posted it in the community section of my YouTube channel. I posted it on Facebook. The horrible statements that's coming out of Black Lives Matter, how they're showing their support, and going a step further and comparing what's happening in Palestine to what happened to Black Americans during the pre-Civil War. Absolutely mind-boggling how stupid these people are. They know nothing about what is happening in the Middle East, and they know nothing about history, and they're black. Black Lives Matter. They don't care about black lives. If they did, they'd be doing something to help those in war-torn cities like, I don't know, pick one. Anyone that's led by a Democrat, for crying out loud, such as Chicago or New Orleans or Baton Rouge, Oakland, Philadelphia. Pick one. Any of them. Doesn't matter. So I'm calling on the Republican members of Congress to step up. First off, for crying out loud, don't oust a member of your party from speakership without having somebody to replace them with. Are you kidding me? No thought process went into that, did it? I'm calling on the Republican members of Congress to do something to Alihan Omar and Rashid Tlaib. Censor them, for crying out loud, at a minimum. They don't need to be in our Congress. We don't need terrorist sympathizers in the United States of America. And sadly, because the border's wide open, we now know from the FBI, from the Department of Homeland Security, from all the Border Patrol watch folks that are down there on our border, that in recent months, our Border Patrol has apprehended several hundred people, Middle Easterns, that are on the no-fly list. They had no other way to get into America other than to cross that border. So how many got across that border that they didn't catch? I'm willing to bet you it's thousands. On top of that, we now saw yesterday in New York City, thousands of people come out into the street supporting Hamas in Palestine. So if you don't think another 9/11 is brewing in America, well, you're not paying attention to what's happening. I'm here to tell you, this isn't fear-mongering. This is, we're in some deep shit if we don't do something soon and fix what's happening inside our own country with our members of Congress and with our southern border. As always, please say a prayer for our men and women serving the United States military, our veterans, our law enforcement officers, our first responders and their families, our angel families, our blue and gold star families, and our country. May God bless the United States of America. May God bless each and every one of you. Thank you.